So we are here in Orlando, Florida with Reggie Littlejohn. She is the founder and the leader of Women's Rights Without Frontiers, and actually we covered her work in the New American years ago when she exposed in Congress how Planned Parenthood and the UN Population Fund were working with the Communist Chinese government in forced abortions. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so very much for having me. So, as you know, when you covered my testimony in Congress, I have an international advocacy campaign fighting forced abortion and the sex-selective abortion of baby girls in China, and we're also saving baby girls in China. So in 2009, when I testified before Congress the first time, I presented this document. This document is called Best Practices Infanticide. And what it is it's a very chilling discussion between Chinese OBGYNs, and it was posted on the official website about how to kill babies in late-term forced abortions. And it's a nauseating document. But never did I think that 10 years later that I would be holding up this document and saying that actually the new law in New York is less humane, it is more hideous than best practices infanticide. And this is the reason. In best practices infanticide, they did not, according to this document, I'll read you from page 9 of this document, which you can find on my website, womensrightswithoutfrontiers.org, they did not abort babies as they were being born. Here's one of the OBGYNs says. She says, however, if the pregnant woman is about to give birth and already has uterine contractions when sent to the hospital, there's nothing we can do. They will have to take that infant back home alive as well. And that is not the case under the New York law that just passed. Under the New York law that just passed, you can have an abortion at any time for any reason. They have no restriction on having an abortion actually during labor. This has become known as a birthday abortion. And I just think that it's absolutely inhumane, and I think that it's hideous that there were members of their legislature that got up and cheered when this passed, and that they lit up the World Trade Center pink in honor of this horrific law.
Yeah, that's really intense. I know a lot of our readers are concerned about that. I'm curious, you're involved with women's rights, and what we hear from the feminist movement all the time is that it is a woman's right to kill the baby, that it's a choice. What do you think about that argument? Is it really about women's rights?
I don't understand why anyone would wait until she's in labor and the baby is being born, you know, at that moment to decide to have an abortion. I mean, not even China does this. The vast majority of countries in the world restrict abortion to the first trimester. So I don't understand that argument.
So it's not really about women's rights then, huh? And what can people do about this situation? I mean, what do you recommend people do about, for example, what happened in New York and some of the other states that want to copy this? What are you guys working on, and what do you urge other people to do?
I think that people need to understand where we are. Because of my work in China over the last 10 years, I'm in a pretty unique situation in which I can say, look, this is where we're heading if we continue down this path of destruction. I think people need to be active in understanding what we're doing and vocal with their views on it.